Overthinking is like running on a treadmill. You exhaust yourself but go absolutely nowhere. You replay conversations in your head, dissect every detail, and imagine scenarios that may never happen. In the process, you waste time, energy, and peace of mind. People often confuse overthinking with intelligence, as if the one who thinks more is automatically wiser. But wisdom doesn't come from endless analysis. It comes from clarity, perspective, and action. Overthinking drains clarity and replaces it with confusion. When you overthink, you hand your power to fear. You start creating problems that don't even exist. One small silence becomes rejection. One delayed reply becomes betrayal. And one failure becomes the end of your journey. Overthinking exaggerates emotions and distorts reality. It doesn't prepare you for the future. It paralyzes you in the present. And when you're paralyzed, you cannot make strong decisions, you cannot move forward, and you certainly cannot grow. The cousin of overthinking is overreacting. This is when you let emotions explode without filter. Someone forgets to call, and you assume they don't care. A small criticism feels like an attack. A minor inconvenience turns into a tragedy. Overreaction doesn't solve problems, it creates them. It pushes people away, damages trust, and often makes you look weaker than you truly are. Because strength is not in showing you can scream the loudest, but in showing you can stay calm when everyone else loses control. The most powerful people in the world are not the ones who never feel anything. They are the ones who stay composed under pressure. They know that reacting to everything diminishes their influence, while choosing their battles makes them unshakable. Overthinking and overreacting are both signs that you have given your emotions more power than your mind. And the truth is, a person who cannot master their emotions will always be mastered by others. Instead of overthinking, practice simplifying. Instead of asking, "What if?" 100 times, ask yourself, "What can I do right now?" That one shift takes you from endless rumination to practical action. Instead of overreacting, practice pausing. Take a breath, step back, and give yourself the gift of perspective. Most situations are not as serious as your mind convinces you they are. In fact, 90% of the problems you stress about never turn into reality. Understand this: overthinking makes you tired. Overreacting makes you fragile. And together they strip you of power. The world does not reward people who spiral in their heads or explode without control. It rewards people who think clearly, act wisely, and move with intention. That's why you must train yourself to calm the chaos in your mind and respond with strength instead of weakness. Crying over people who don't value you is like watering a dead plant. No matter how much effort you pour in, it will never bloom. When someone shows you repeatedly that they don't respect, appreciate, or prioritize you, the problem isn't them anymore. It's you, if you continue to stay. Because every tear you shed for someone who doesn't care is energy stolen from the dreams you could be chasing and the people who could actually love you the way you deserve. The truth is, people show you who they are not through their words but through their actions. If they constantly make excuses, cancel on you, dismiss your feelings, or treat you like an option, then you have your answer. Yet, many of us ignore these red flags because our emotions convince us to wait, to hope, to believe in potential instead of reality. But the harsh reality is this: someone who doesn't value you today is unlikely to magically wake up tomorrow and start treating you like gold. Crying over such people doesn't make them realize your worth. It only makes you forget your own. Every time you chase, beg, or wait for someone who doesn't invest in you, you reinforce the idea that they can get away with giving you the bare minimum. That cycle is dangerous because it teaches you to settle for crumbs when you deserve the whole feast. Respect is not something you should demand. It's something that should flow naturally in any healthy relationship, whether personal or professional. Think about it. If you lost your wallet full of money, you wouldn't spend weeks crying over it. You would accept the loss, protect what you have left, and work to earn more. But when it comes to people, we cling to loss as if our entire worth depends on their presence. This is where self-respect comes in. The moment you realize your value doesn't shrink just because someone else fails to see it, that's the moment you stop crying and start walking away with your head held high. Walking away is not weakness, it's strength. It's saying, I will not waste my tears on someone blind to my worth. You cannot force anyone to respect you, but you can control whether you allow their disrespect in your life. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is not to argue, not to beg, not to fight, but to leave. Silence and distance speak louder than any words ever could. So, stop crying over people who don't value you, because every tear you shed for them is time stolen from your own growth. Shift your focus toward those who uplift you, toward goals that ignite your passion, and toward a future that is waiting to be built. Your tears are precious. Your energy is priceless. Save them for what truly matters. Your energy is your currency. It fuels your mind, your work, your dreams, and your relationships. When you allow people to constantly drain that energy, you are silently bankrupting yourself. Energy vampires come in many forms. The constant complainers, the manipulators, the ones who only call when they need something, and the ones who bring negativity into every room. If you don't protect yourself, they will keep taking until you're left exhausted, uninspired, and empty. Protecting your energy is not about being selfish. It's about being smart. Just like you lock your house to keep thieves out, you must set boundaries to protect your mental and emotional well-being. You cannot afford to say yes to every request, to entertain every drama, or to absorb every problem that isn't yours. If someone consistently leaves you feeling drained instead of uplifted, that's your signal to create distance. Remember, it is not rude to protect your peace. It is necessary. The people around you have a direct influence on your mindset. If you surround yourself with constant negativity, you will find yourself slowly losing hope. If you spend time with people who belittle your dreams, you will start doubting your own potential. Energy is contagious. And if you are not careful, you will inherit the fears, frustrations, and failures of others without even realizing it. Protecting your energy means being intentional about who gets access to you. Sometimes, the biggest energy drainers are not strangers but people you deeply care about. Friends, colleagues, even family can unknowingly drain your spirit with their demands or negativity. That doesn't mean you have to cut them off entirely, but it does mean you need to manage how much of yourself you give away. You can love people without sacrificing your mental health. You can care for others without making their chaos your responsibility. Boundaries are not walls, they are filters. Protecting your energy also means protecting your time. Every hour spent gossiping, complaining, or engaging in pointless drama is an hour you will never get back. Ask yourself, does this conversation, this relationship, this activity fuel me or drain me? If the answer is drain, it's time to step back. Your time and energy should be invested in things that build you, inspire you, and align with the future you want to create. Anything else is a distraction. At the end of the day, your energy shapes your reality. If you let it be stolen by negativity and unnecessary chaos, your life will reflect that. But if you protect it, nurture it, and share it wisely, you'll find yourself thriving. Protecting your energy isn't an option. It's survival in a world that constantly tries to pull you in every direction.